Hello, everyone. How is you all doing? We're starting off strong. How are you all doing? I am Nicole Goodnight, and welcome on into our second episode of As Seen on TV. We have some phenomenal runs for you tonight, and I am so excited to show them off. We've got Buffy, we've got Xena, we've got Power Rangers. This schedule makes my heart very happy. And of course, we are starting off with one of my favorite shows from when I was younger. So I'm just extremely excited to get into this. But first, I would like to let you know that GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th to 22nd. The event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage as well as streamed live on the GDQ Twitch channel. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. Host volunteer submissions are up from now until September 3rd. That is going to be such a good time. I'm very, very excited to see that. But I don't want to keep any of you waiting, and I'm so excited for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So we're gonna dive in. We're just gonna go right now. We're gonna go ahead and say hello to Texan Red Wolf, who has so graciously joined me today. Hello, how are you doing tonight?
I'm vibing. How about you?
You have no idea how excited I am for this game.
It is a relatively good game. I'm not used to like the whole spiel stuff, so I'll burn through that really quickly. Hi, I'm Texan Red Wolf. I play a lot of a variety of games. It does a lot tend to be As Seen on TV. And horror related. And you might have seen me this summer on doing Resident Evil 6 with Tainted Tally. So if my voice is familiar, that is why. But real quick about this game, this is Wrath of the Cool King. It is obviously a Buffy game. It is played on the Game Boy Advance, and we will be playing the easy difficulty. Whoever is hitting the timer, the moment that I hit A to go into easy, you can start the timer. So we'll do a countdown for that. 3, 2, 1, go. We immediately skip cutscene, go into some text that we don't care about. Full disclosure, I already told Nicole this. I don't know anything about this story. Wrath of the Cool King the story means nothing to me. This is a game that I kind of picked up because I'm a huge fan of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series, and I saw that there were games to it, and I set out on a quest to learn them all. And this was one of the ones where I was like, I don't care about the story, I just want to learn game. And so that's what I did. So if anyone has questions about the story in chat, the best I can tell you is it is roughly takes place sometime around season 4, and he's really not gonna have it today. Okay, so it takes place in season 4. The big bad is the Dark Cool King. Usual stuff. Apocalypses are happening. We don't want that. And so we're gonna go through 16 levels where Buffy is going to face the Gentleman again for some reason, Adam again for some reason, and then the Dark Cool King. And so what just happened there at the beginning, that enemy doesn't always like it when I want to move that box to hit the third button. And so I had to run away from him, and I triggered a text box, which I didn't want to do. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to go all the way back to the beginning because this game doesn't have checkpoints, and I messed up jumping over that fire, which, as you saw, just bonked me over. It's fine. It's very recoverable, so I'll just keep going. It's super fine.
Fire's spicy, so you know.
However, this does cause us to lose like a minute of time. This game is unforgiving. But the cool thing is that we will get more health as we go. What is... it's always GDQ luck, right?
It is. It super is.
Like, I was, as I was practicing this game over the week, I PB'd to second place, and then I almost got world record, and it's all falling apart immediately.
I just get to see more Buffy though, so like
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, because we need this life. We get roughly a solid amount of life throughout the run. However, we want to keep as many lives as we can. Okay, we're just gonna play it safe. We're gonna jump here. We've got Worst Boy Riley. I'm very prejudiced against Riley. I don't like his character. Kill those vampires. We come this way. Get hit by fire again. So we want to jump here so that we can get over the fire, because if we don't jump there, the fire is just going to keep knocking us back. And that is the end of level 1.
I don't know why the fact that Buffy has like a double jump is absolutely sending me.
What do you mean?
It just makes me so happy.
do you not look? All right, Buffy is the Slayer. She's allowed to defy physics at every point.
She absolutely is, and I'm here for it.
Okay, so the other thing about this run that's I don't really know if it's like, I guess, interesting, but you want clean lines. And when I say clean lines, I mean I don't want to get hit by like an enemy. I don't want to get knocked out of this run, because if I get knocked out of the run, I have to get the run to, you have to start the run back up, like her running position, that is, because this is all momentum, and we want to keep this momentum. We're grabbing that holy water for safety. And so, yeah, basically a clean line is what I got right here, where I didn't get hit by any enemies and I didn't like lose my momentum that I needed. So if you do that, you save time. And we're going to go here. We're going to be nice. We're going to knock him off because we don't want him to bother us. We're going to be safe. Okay, there's that health. We're going to, so yeah. Not too much going on in this level right now, so.
I love that you're just casually like hopping across dinosaur heads and avoiding electricity while there's vampires just, chilling.
Yeah, there's also bats. The bats are the bane of my existence. I do not like the bats because the bats will, like, any enemy that hits you while you're mid-air or in momentum is just going to throw you off. Okay, so we are trying to find a talisman. Not too sure why. No idea at all. But Buffy's going to patrol somewhere. And then this one, we're also going to want some nice clean lines. You're going to see some familiar spots. The fire that took us out in level 1. We're just going to hop over it because we're going to get to the upper area of what I'm going to assume this is supposed to be downtown Sunnydale. I think. I'm not too sure about the locations or the locale, if you will. Bounce. So I'll talk about difficulties that I've had with this run. As much as you really enjoy her double jumping, it's very hard to control every so often. So especially when you need her to run. So like climbing up those ladders that I went up to get here were like the worst thing to figure out. Or the fire that I so terribly got knocked back by. Being able to bounce. A lot of the movement in this game is, okay, bounce to avoid, duck down to avoid. But we're also taking a lot of bonks because we do get health along the way. They're the little hearts that are kind of scattered around the levels. So if we get hit, well, so long as there's like a heart in our path, that's good. That's a-okay. And then we can heal up and be good for, the rest of the level. Thankfully, whenever you clear a level, you do get full health, which is great. So
that's nice.
Believe we're on the 4th level. I don't have splits up, so I'm just kind of like trying to remember where we're at. This area is really hard to get a clean line because we've got these bats hanging out all over the place. And so anytime you jump, they kind of just get in your way. So just kind of hope and pray. Yeah, nope. And we're going to go through the graveyard, go into this monastery, which actually has a very elaborate set of tunnels and enemies and spikes. For some reason, I like this is if you like really think about the cemetery system in Sunnydale, it does not make sense. Like the amount of like times that they just go into a monastery into like the sewers, and It makes no sense to me. Oh, okay. So I didn't want to do that.
I never questioned that growing up as a kid. Like, never once did I question anything about this show.
Well, okay. So like you've got like the first episode of like that first season where she's in the monastery with like Angel, and he like appears out of nowhere. Oh, these ladies are the worst. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, we can kick them into spikes and they'll disperse. So I know that it's gonna cause damage, but I want that health to make up for that life to make up for the one that we lost earlier. You'll also see that we're like getting survivors. Sometimes they'll drop stuff. Sometimes I'll pick it up. Sometimes I won't. The other thing about this game is that when it comes to bosses, there's a few bosses that we run into. One is just your generic vampire, goon that just has a lot of health. The second one is running around and dealing with the gentleman, which is always a frustration because the gentleman, you'll see what the gentlemen do, and I'm going to have to play that very, very safe with my health because they have like this supersonic attack is the best way I can describe it. You know how Zubat does his confusion?
Yes.
The animation that the gentlemen do is kind of like that, and it will absolutely nuke Buffy's health, and we don't want that.
Oh my gosh, so the gentleman's just a giant Zubat is what I'm hearing?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
So the gentleman will follow you around, and he will shout at you. He'll throw knives at you. He'll do a bunch of stuff that's not friendly, and it completely butchers Buffy's health. It's not a good time. So I'll explain more about that boss fight when we get there. But this boss fight is we're going to come here, come over to this axe. Bonus stages are where I'm going to get most of my equipment. But I'm going to come over here. We're going to go here. We're going to wait for him to show up. This is just your generic bad guy goon. If he's going to be nice, we're going to wait for that to go one. Spam over to crossbow and hit him with crossbow. And boom. And that's the first boss.
Oh, hi. Look at him go.
We go around, we grab crossbows, axes, holy water I normally have as like a safety strat because there is a section when we end up going to the high school or like the college. I'm not really sure where it is. And we need to use holy water to deal with enemies so that we can do all of our platforming. I don't remember the name of those enemies that hang out with the gentleman, but they're the dudes in these coats. We have to kill a bunch of those at some point, and they're not a fun time. You'll also notice that all I'll do is kick unless I have an item, and then I'll use the item, but kicking is faster in the long run. It's just got range. We're going to go here. We're going to push this boulder because there's another boulder at the bottom that we need to get rid of so that we can jump on that boulder so that we can climb trees to be able to make it to the end of this level.
I really like the first enemy that you just kind of snuck up behind and pushed off the ledge.
Oh, yeah. I do that to a lot of the enemies. So, like, I'll do that to him.
That's my favorite thing.
If he'll... Normally, these guys take, like, 4 hits. This guy, we're going to avoid. We don't really deal with a lot of enemies. I just tend to deal with them because I like to be safe. I'm very much a safety noodle in this run because anything will knock you off the edge. And then it resets you to the very beginning of the level, which isn't a good time. So this is just another one of those like clean line situations that we want to get. Unfortunately, there are rats, and they do not want me to get clean lines. I also have enemies that don't want me to have clean lines. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. I was worried that guy's gonna like knock me off when I'm too close to the edge. Okay. Pop up here. Most of the first few levels are pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of jumping and bouncing around. Avoid enemy, grab item, grab health if you feel like you need the health, and then proceed from there. I don't really think it gets like super technical until like the later bits when we have to deal with like the gentleman and having to gather specific items. Speaking of the gentleman, there they are.
Oh, hey, look at them go.
The spookiest enemy in like.
Don't like them.
I do not like them as villains. Like Hush is, and I think anytime I play these games or like I'm talking about Buffy, I rave about Hush being one of the best episodes because it's the only episode that they have where it's silent for the majority of it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's because the gentlemen take away everyone's voices and well, all you get is the music, and then it's like a bunch of music and chaos happening in the background. It's great.
The gentlemen are just so terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't.
I remember watching it as a kid, but like the first time I watched season 4, and Hush happened. I was spooked for days. It's the menacing smile that they have,
and that's like a really that's a really good way to like. I'm trying to figure out the right way to word this because there's a movie that does that too called Hush, strangely enough, where it's mostly silent, and there's just something about when shows do that and take away a sense that just makes it so tense.
Another good episode of Buffy that does that, but does it in the reverse, is the episode, spoilers for a 25-year-old show, or 20-year-old show, heads up everyone in chat, is the episode called The Body, which happens in season 5, and it's where Buffy's mom dies. And what they do is they take away all of the background music. There's no background music through that entire episode, and it's just quiet. It's quiet, and all you're experiencing is just like the sterility of like the hospital that they're in and everyone's reactions to like this essentially major character death that happens due to natural causes.
I'm going to have to watch this show again. I'm so excited. Like, I've been meaning to do it for a very long time, and this has just all solidified it.
I do it every few years. I love it so much. Also watch Angel. That's also a good series. It also touches
Angel's
on
one
some
that I
good
never
stuff.
saw. I never saw Angel.
Joss Whedon has this weird thing where he really likes... I know I just opened the door for that guy over there, but we're going to get him when we unlock the gate for this other survivor.
He can wait.
Yeah, he can wait. Joss Whedon has this this really good ability of being able to give you like a really fun episode. For example, the musical episode of Buffy. It's a really fun...
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It's a really fun episode. The episode right after that, which is called Tabula Rasa, is a heartbreaking episode because it's where Willow and Tara have like their breaking point because Willow uses magic to erase everyone's memories. To, make sure that her and Tara aren't fighting anymore, and that eventually causes them to, break up once the spell lifts. But it's weird how it's really cool how he's able to do that contrast of, here's a really, really fun episode, gang. Also, I'm going to rip out your heart in the next one, have fun, and then deuces out.
It's like, see ya.
Hi, I heard you like feelings. He does the same thing in Angel in season 5. There's an episode called Smile Time. And then the episode after that, I won't spoil either of these, but the name of the episode after that is called A Hole in the World. So you could just kind of guess what happens and why that's a sad episode. So I picked up this book. This book allows it so that we end up in a very specific level that actually is shorter than a level we would get if we didn't have the book. So I have to pick up this book. There's also one other item that I end up having to pick up later on in the run for the same purposes. And it's just for speed reasons. Couldn't tell you why it matters. I just know that it matters.
I love those things where you're like, I don't know why this is here or why we need this, but we do.
I just need you to know that it is very, very important that we get this. But why?
Incredibly important.
We just need it, okay?
Don't ask questions. Just do it.
And then, again, another bonus room. We're about to end up dealing with the gentleman. Thankfully, my health is at full, so hopefully they won't clap my booty.
I saw someone say they made Funko Pops of the gentleman, and now
did.
I am frightened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought about getting one. The only Funko Pops that I have are Buffy and Faith for the 20-year anniversary.
Aww.
And it's Buffy in her outfit from the season finale of season 1 where she's in the prom dress, the white one. with Angel's jacket
I have to
on.
look this up. Oh, my heart.
And then the one I have of Faith, I think, is her one from Dirty Girls, which is a season 7 episode. Okay, so the gentleman's actually being a gentleman right now and not hitting me with his supersonic blast. He's sending knives out at me. I don't know if he's gonna be a jerk though.
He's not being a Zubat.
No. Oh, he decided to be nice this time around, which is cool. So we're just dealing with his minions because we need to unlock all of these grates essentially. Okay. Ooh, oh, yeah, he really is not wanting, thank gosh, because that supersonic attack really sucks. And we push this, we scream. There it is, there's the scream. And because the scream, the reason why the gentlemen take away everyone's voices is because the scream of a princess, essentially, based off the story, is what defeats them, and that's why their heads explode. So
I love this for them. I love this for them. I also love Buffy's outfit changes. These are making me so happy.
Yeah, we gotta be thematic. We gotta change things up. Ooh, sugar. It's okay.
That bad said not today, but it's fine because now we get our revenge.
Yeah, kinda. Okay. So I should have played it safe. I'm gonna have to play it safe here because this enemy has the likelihood of hitting me. Shenanigans.
Absolute shenanigans. That's what they're up to today. They can't just let the vampire slayer get through every level untouched.
But she's the slayer, comma, the. Okay. I've seen the series so many times. I will end up quoting things. I'm not sorry.
I specifically don't want you to be sorry.
All right.
Oh.
Duck.
I hope you know that, like, me rewatching the series has now, like, because you've been on this show now, it's going to mean that I message you.
Oh, go for it. I'm here for it. I'm
like, hey,
I'm a big fan.
I was watching Buffy and
yeah, I'm a big fan of people rewatching the show and like giving me live reactions. I've got friends. I know myself, you and Ray were talking about before we went live, but I have a whole group chat with two of my friends, and it's just me reacting at them about Final Fantasy 14.
That's amazing. I love that. Live reactions are so good.
Yeah. So yeah, you're totally welcome to hit me up about anything Buffy related or anything else.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna regret that one day when you're gonna come in and see just a slew of messages. And you'll be like, oh, that's the episode Nicole was on. Okay.
Yeah. I ingrained in my brain, like I love the show. Okay. Cool. All right. So we want to.
Oh, absolute nerds. They missed.
Yeah. Imagine having baseball bats and not being able to hit anything.
I feel like that would be me with a baseball bat. Just swing and miss. I'd be like, oh, well, okay, just go, I guess. I love the dialogue, too. Like, I know we're skipping through it, but the little bits I've seen are just, like, so true to character and lovely.
Okay. yeah, they really are. I was thinking about it, like, while I was practicing, if I wanted to, like, actually stop and, like, read what was happening, but I always had a timer on. I was like, nah, it's fine. I don't need to know. However, I could tell you everything about Chaos Bleeds. Chaos Bleeds is another fun Buffy run that's on the PS2. Although I will save my shilling of the Buffy speedrunning community for after this run, because we are small and we are mighty, but we exist. And we love these games.
Honestly, you're making me want to, like, learn one of these games. It seems really fun.
So, Game Boy Color is fun. It's probably the easiest one to pick up. Next would be this game. This game's pretty simple to pick up, especially once you kind of figure out like all the nuances and like the timing of how you want to jump and everything like that. Then I would say Chaos Bleeds, and that's not being biased at all. If you want to play Xbox Buffy, which is the standalone Buffy the Vampire Slayer title, no subtitle, it's only on the OG Xbox, play that. I find it difficult because the OG Xbox controller is so clunky.
Yeah, it is.
But Chaos Bleeds is also on the LG Xbox. So it goes GBC, GBA, PS2 for Chaos Bleeds, unless you want to play the Xbox version of it. The Xbox version actually has a lot of fun tech. There's one dude in the Chaos Bleeds community that he's found so many out of bounds tricks and stuff that we might actually have to split the board. Because some stuff isn't replicatable in the PS2 version. Ooh.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, I might lose it. We might get reset. They're gonna hit me and I'm gonna die. Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. We get to see that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, y'all. Like, I was killing it in practice. I've PB'd like twice in practice. Like, the first time I PB'd was like by 50 seconds. Second time was like 16. I was on world record pace, and now that I'm in front of a crowd, it's awful.
It's super okay though. Like I've been there. I feel you. But also, like, it's kind of really neat to get to see this done again because it looks so cool.
Okay, come here. Hold up. Oh shoot. This is why I have that holy water. Oh, give me health. Oh. All right, one more time. I believe.
Once more with feeling.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, I will not be singing. I've got a theory. I do have that song memorized.
Suddenly, the episode goes musical. We don't know what happened.
Yeah. Oh man, it's almost like there's like a Lord of the Dance kind of demon around.
It's so bizarre. These two sandwich people just seem kind of cruel.
Yeah, it's rough. Can we hit? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I normally don't lose so many lives here. Man, I'm glad I gave you that 50-minute estimate. Okay.
Honestly, it would have been fine no matter what happened.
Okay, so we do that. We do that with this one. So the reason why I had all of those holy waters is specifically for this section because we're about to do a lot of jumping and we're going to have to deal with this gray lady a lot who is honestly the bane of my existence. Okay, come on, Buffy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, she's kind of a jerk, huh?
Come on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, her and all of her friends. Okay. Boop. And we're almost at the end of this level too, so it's like, it's not terrible, it's just mildly frustrating.
There's a lot of the ones with bats.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why I say...
hey, we hear you like this enemy type. It's just so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and that enemy type, the gray lady, it's always her. She always smacks me off of stuff. She always essentially debates me, if you will, every time.
I will. Oh, I like that there's now snakes. Buffy the vampire now with snakes.
Well, she does deal with snake demons, so...
Oh.
Okay, so for this section, we're going to hit a bunch of buttons and unlock a lot of cages. It's just a lot of clean lines, praying, hoping, I think, and good. Okay, so we've got the stake equipped, which is much... the stake's all right. It could be better, in my opinion.
I feel like the stake should be like an OP item when you're fighting vampires, but, you know.
Like, the stakes break... when you use one of them. So like I'll stab one and it'll go away like that, and then I'll hit one. It takes 3 stakes to deal with the vampire.
Oh my god!
Yeah, which is why you'll see me kick them twice and then stake them, because it's more efficient for item management. Here's hoping that like this beginning bit of the run doesn't speak volumes as to what's going to happen at the end of the run. Ugh.
Do those things on the ceiling, do they hurt you if you jump into them, or is that just decoration?
The stalagmites, or whatever the upper ones are called, they're just decoration for now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
we're gonna get to a point where you die. Sorry, wait a second. Okay.
Yeah, you're
we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna be in a cave system essentially, and the things will fall on us essentially.
Oh golly!
And we're fine with taking that.
Someone in chat said the stakes have never been higher. Please know that I saw that you said that.
Please know that I accept and appreciate any and all puns, so please keep them coming.
Same, honestly, they're so good.
I'm worried about my health though. I think my lives. So I might end up needing to make a safety save, which I'll probably forget to do.
Oh, stalactites hold tight to the ceiling. I will. That is so good, but when I go to remember it, I'm going to be like, stalactites hold tight to the ground, and I'll never remember it.
Chat's given us
tight
all the
night.
strats.
Like, tight is above, T is before, wait, M is before T. Okay, yeah, it's over for me, honestly. It's done.
It's too late, and you're trying to teach us things, all right?
I am. It's not only is it time too late. I am 38 years old. You can't teach this old dog what a stalactite is.
You can't teach
apparently,
this old dog
it's
new
fine.
tricks.
Stalactites have a G in them.
Does that mean they're on the ground then? If they've got the G?
But I thought they were on the top.
So I dealt with Adam. That pixely mess that's getting crumpled by boulders was Adam. I don't know why he came back. Seemingly the same reason why he comes back in Chaos Bleeds. So we use the same strat, which is throw a bunch of axes until one is left or all of them are gone, and then shoot with the crossbow. And then we have one more boss after this, and it's the Dark Cool King, who has a slightly different strat, but is also so you'll see me pick up a set of gloves that are very similar to an item, like a mystical item that is referenced in season 3 of the show, and it's this big old powerful glove that we're gonna try. Hopefully I get enough of them because they just obliterate the boss's health. So
amazing.
Hopefully we get that. The little thing icon in the upper corner is the other item that I needed to pick up for level purposes. I don't know why. It's seemingly having this bomb is what I think it is. In your possession as you exit the level allows you to get a shorter level than what you would if you didn't have it.
Oh, neat. Also, I like how they just were randomly talking about blue cheese.
They were? Oh, yeah, I really do try.
Yeah, they super were.
I'm be real, I do not pay attention. I don't think I've ever actually truly paid attention. All I see is Adam or Baruch Demon or Dark Cool King, and then the rest is something to do with Anya. I really just kind of hard focus on how lovely pixelated the still images from the show are.
It's so good. Also, chat's doing a great job at teaching about stalagmites and stalactites, and I might actually remember it now, so thank you, chat. Might. You can test me next episode, and if I don't know the answer, I'll cry. It's fine.
Ooh. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, spicy. There's a stalactite. I'm learning.
I'm sorry, did chat just evolve into education time? Are we edutainment now?
Honestly, it was great. Chat's I've got you.
Chat's we're professionals. We're licensed teachers over here.
I mean, it worked. It worked, and I will remember it for at least today. Chat MVP, there will be a quiz later. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The answer to the quiz is to mumble if you're not sure. Yeah, what's the one that's on the steel? I
think it's one of those. Misspell
no
it.
Questions, thank you.
Misspell it so that they don't know which stalagmite or stalactite you're using.
Classic move. Love it.
Okay.
That doesn't spell either of them. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, I was going to explain what I was doing and then realize it's what I've been doing this whole time. I'm killing enemies to make sure that they don't mess me up, but they do also drop items. Also, this is the second to last level.
Oh, wow.
I think Yes. No, it's not. Sorry. We have 2 more levels after this one. This is level 14.
Still very cruising.
Yeah. Oh, man. Even with all of those whiffs at the beginning, yeah, this is going by pretty quickly. We trucking. Oops.
We're moving. I really like this outfit, I think, the most.
The pink one, she's going to be in it for the rest of this run.
Oh my gosh, huge. Yeah, the pink and purple, love it.
Okay. So for safety purposes, I'm going to save here for level 15. Yep. Okay. Okay, so we found a temple. We're going to enter the temple. We're going to mess the temple up. Also, chat, don't and Nicole, for my sanity, please remember bird, boat, bird, moon.
Bird, boat, bird, moon.
Yeah, it'll make sense here in a second. By the way, so that's all RNG based. Me falling was not. Normally I like not falling because it allows me to just kind of slide up here because that's what I need to be. I said bird, boat, bird, moon, right?
That is right.
Bird, boat, okay. And then sometimes you'll get really lucky and most of the images will already be prepared. Bird, boat, bird, moon. And so we do this so that it unlocks this gate. And that's
amazing.
It. That's all I needed that for. So yeah, the pattern changes. It is RNG. It will always be RNG. There's no way to manipulate it, and it's the same thing for when you go to push in the answer. It RNG every time. So unfortunately, there's no way to like manipulate it, as far as I know. If someone wanted to come break this game and figure out how to manipulate it, that'd be super cool. However, I think I'm really the only like semi-active runner of this game now. But yeah, no, I'm always I always show Buffy games to everyone. So like, if you end up picking it up, we do have a Discord. I'll throw that out there now, but I'll get the whole thing out, spiel out near the end. Okay, we're gonna pop that. Okay, so now that we've unlocked that, we get to go all the way back over here to enter that door.
I guess this is kind of like their equivalent of like a maze level, yeah?
Kinda. Yeah, kinda. A little bit of puzzle. Like, here, I know it's all been action. Here's some puzzle. It's like, oh, thank you.
Ooh.
I hate it. I'm not the best at puzzles, yet I'm a really big fan of survival horror, and that's a lot of puzzles. Yes. It's all puzzles.
I love survival horror.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do was originally grab that ladder on my first trip down. I'm gonna bully, I had my friend call him a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Definitely a mutant, not sure if they're a turtle, though.
He does kind of look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, though, to be fair.
You jerk.
Sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, there is difficulty with that guy. He does not like it. Okay, so what I will say, so we're going to drop down, and we're going to drop down here as well, but we wanted to hug that wall so that we didn't fall down. I cannot tell you how many times when I first started learning this run that I just kept falling down, and now muscle memory is kicked in, and I'm like, I will not fall.
This won't happen again.
I refuse. The amount, oh, man. The grind to bring this down to a sub 40 was a nightmare. Like, controllers were broken. Like, I don't know what it is with me playing platformers and being garbage at platformers, but I always gravitate towards them as speed runs. Okay, so we're gonna add another. We're on the final level, everyone, and then this is the most tricky part of this run, and you will see why. So we gotta bounce. Get smacked, but it's okay. We'll push him into the spikes. This is our vengeance.
Yeah,
okay.
Take that.
Gonna go jump. Man, I really did not get a lot of... So that glove thing. Okay, so we gotta wait for that to hit down so that I can jump. Because if that was going... If it was going down as I was coming over, there wouldn't be enough of a gap for Buffy to jump. So
I was about to say, it looks like these are really tight jumps.
They really are. So I can jump here, but I'm not jumping now, right? So I can't jump there. I can jump here, just for a little bit of a demonstration as to why I'm being so careful. we're gonna knock him down.
Yeah, right off. Take that.
Because if I fall off of these, I'm either gonna fall into the void or I'm gonna fall back to the beginning, and I don't want that. I hate this section. This part of the run is like my weakest point.
Sir, absolutely not.
No, thank you. Okay, good. We're good. Everything's fine. So now that we've done this, we have to walk back. Try not to cry or fall.
Definitely not both at the same time.
I absolutely both at the same time. Might hear something break on my end. Who knows?
I'm crying and I'm falling.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
And all I can do is cry about it.
So we gotta get up here so to be able to okay, so I need a running start on that one. Oh my gosh, Buffy, please get on the platform. Okay.
Ma'am.
That's all good. We'll get that heart. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, woo.
I appreciate your little sounds of support. It's making this much nicer.
I'm so excited. This is so fun to watch.
I heckin' love these games. I think they're so cheesy. Okay, all right. Okay, so now that we're out of that, we basically kind of temple run. Whoop,
Oh, we sure do, don't we?
It's fine. I'll jump over this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. Thankfully, there is a bonus room that happens after this, and I should be able to get some health from it and go into the final boss. However, before the final boss, we have probably one of the most difficult sections of the game, and you'll see what it is. I swear, it's very difficult.
Excited. I'm scared.
We're also going to kill him. Maybe he'll drop health. He did. Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
This is probably the most difficult puzzle I will have to do in this entire game. And no, it's not climbing this ladder.
The spike puzzle.
No.
Don't get hit.
No, we're going to play some tic-tac-toe.
Oh my gosh.
So to start tic-tac-toe, we hit the top one. There is a pattern. You can manipulate this. We go down. Ooh. Oh, we give myself a heart attack. We hit the bottom one. Oh my god.
It's spicy tic-tac-toe.
And then we hit this one. And boom, we've won tic-tac-toe.
Oh my gosh, champions.
Now we go fight the Dark Cool King. Hopefully I'll be able to get a heart and more weapons that I need for the end game boss, which he's a little rough.
More like the Dark Uncool King. I'm sorry.
You're fine. No, you're so good.
I gotta go.
Okay, so just for safety purposes, I am going to grab that one. So I should be stacked now. I've got 3. It's better than nothing. Normally, I like having 5, but, you know, you can't have everything. Fudge.
These little platforms look like cookies, and that's all I can see.
Shoot. Oh, you're so good. Hold up. Come on.
Buffy plays.
No, I'm not going to get it. Oh! I got it, but I didn't get the health. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take the health over the life. Okay, so this is the Dark Cool King. We're gonna banter with him, call him a jerk, tell him he's smelly, and then we're gonna run away. Oh, run away in fear.
You legitimately told him to wear deodorant. That's
okay. Oh, don't jump in here, you jerk. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, final time is on the final hit. So, like, when his health goes bye-bye, we're good. So, should only be 2 more of these. Dime.
Yeah, Will!
There you go. I can't skip this ending cutscene, so it's just going to be a lot of, oh, Darkul King sad. How dare you beat me, Slayer? You curses. You've beaten me. Elnara herself could not have done better, I must admit. Hold up. I didn't think it possible for you to beat me. Yeah, they all think that, but how many apocalypses has she stopped in X amount of years?
So many.
Yeah, Miss Baker thought I'd never pass geometry.
Oh, Buffy,
Yeah.
you sassy little thing.
Yeah, make jokes while you can, Slayer, for this is hardly over. The day may be yours, but no. This. Well, you are but a mere mortal. I am not. The Darkul King can never die, and when I return, I will have my revenge on you.
Oh my gosh, sir.
Well, she has died twice. Well, I mean, canonically, she's died once so far. She dies twice after season 5, but, nothing can put Buffy down. Not even death itself. Why can't they just turn to dust and die like the rest? Because not everything's a vampire, Buffy.
Not everything we can't do that to everything, Buffy. Come on.
Gosh. So that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Wrath of the Darkul King. Thank you, Nicole, for having me on to play this game. I love these games. I think they're very silly, very fun to just crank out runs for. But if you do want to join the Discord or learn how to speedrun any of these games, I know 3 out of the 4 that have leaderboards, which is Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and Chaos Bleeds. I'm always asking people to come learn these games. So if you want to find the Discord, I believe it's both on the Chaos Bleeds leaderboard. I have it linked there. And the self-titled Buffy the Vampire Slayer game. The Discord's open. It's small and quiet, but we're always here to help out people who are in the runs. And if you want to find me anywhere else, you can find me on my Twitch channel, Texan_Red_Wolf. Same thing for Twitter and YouTube. I'm currently on like a mini hiatus right now, just because I've had a lot of IRL stuff going on, but I will be coming back to streams in mid-September. But yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining. I was very, very excited, A, that this is a game, and B, that you joined me to play this. It was really, really fun to watch, so thank you very much.
This game was a testament to vampires. I guess this game is kind of like a death threat to vampires, if that's a good way of putting it. I know it's a pretty popular show from the 90s. I don't know a whole lot about it. I kind of know it as a very old classic game. And I guess I'm going to give one very particular deep cut for anyone who is aware of 90s bands. My favorite Buffy the Vampire Slayer fact is that there's a band called Chibo Mato that has a hit song in there. So, yeah. Anyway, going on with that, we're going to be going to Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Texan Red Wolf. Take it away.
Hey there, y'all. Hi, I'm Texan, and this is the lesser counterpart to Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the Game Boy Advance. This game is self-titled. It's for the Game Boy Color, and we're gonna listen to a lot of MIDI music, and we're gonna have a great time. So, for whoever's on timer, the moment I'll count you down, but the moment that I hit enter on start on new game is when the timer starts, and then I'll just kind of explain the run from there, because there's a lot but not a lot to it. So 3, 2, 1, go. So if anyone saw the GBA run a few weeks back, this one I do know the story for. So basically there is a scientist that's like, hey, I wanna end the world. I'm gonna do that. And we're gonna do that with Satan. And that's the gist of the story. And we're gonna go through 8 levels, dealing with a variety of vampires and enemies. And you'll get to learn all the fun names I have for these guys. The current vampires that we're killing I refer to them as the Marlon Brando vampires. I can't remember who said it in my chat once, but that's what they said these guys look like, so that's their names now. There's literally nothing about this game other than what I could find on the internet in a booklet. So enemies don't have names. They're all just kind of vampires of some sort. Their pixels make them look different. They do not function differently, though. So the point of the gist of this speedrun is roll, because rolling is faster. Whoops. Rolling is the fastest movement, and kill all enemies on the screen. The fastest way to kill them is by doing that grab and flip them in the air situation that I've been doing, or knocking them on their back with a low click kick and staking them. So you're just going to see a lot of that movement. There's also items. Depending on my rolling position will determine whether or not I'm going to pick one of those up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. In level 1, it's not really like super necessary. And you'll also see Coke cans. We are going to use the power of Coca-Cola to one-shot bosses. And I'll explain that a little bit better in level 2 when that happens. You see, I grab that trash can. It knocks him down on it, but we're good to go. So yeah, it's really the gist of the game. I am not to. It's gonna feel weird like saying it because I try not to toot my own horn about stuff, but I am the world record holder for this run, and I've had the record for about the last 2 years. And basically, this run used to be around 28 minutes, and now it's around 24 minutes. And what I did was I really just kind of got used to like what needs to be done. So there's specific things that I'm doing, like, okay, I'm gonna come here, kick him, stab, grab this tire, throw it. And it's just trying to figure out like the best movement to be able to grab the enemy and throw them in such a manner. Coca-Cola. We're gonna stockpile Coke in this level for a reason. But you want to make sure that you're downing vampires in the position on the far side, whatever side of the screen you need to go to. So, for example, I don't want I call these the warrior vampires. This is the new guy, but they definitely remind me of like the warriors from the. I think it's a movie or a game. Can't really remember. I've never seen it. I just know the characters and like the. Gosh, what is it? That quote was like, "Warriors come out to play." But yeah, so we want them to be close to here so that it's just a quick kill, stab, roll away. Because if I have to go over to the other side of the screen, away from the next frame, like essentially screen, it loses time. So that was step one, was figuring out, okay, what is the best way to efficiently handle vampires? And well, it's this flip, or hit and knock on their back is the best way to kill them. And then from there, it's okay. Well, no one knew what to do with the Coke cans, and I'll demonstrate here in a second since I've got enough. I'll be able to pick another one. But it's like a power up, and it's when you double tap. When you double tap and hit an attack button, it gives you like this little boost of like a slap. It's really cool because it instantaneously downs the vampire. Wow, he's being really finicky and does not want to be grabbed. It instantaneously downs any enemy that gets hit with it, and then that allows you to stake them immediately. All the enemies in this game go down with a stake. Sometimes this is also kind of RNG based as well, when it comes to whether or not these enemies are gonna want to, do anything nice like cooperate and let me grab them and throw them to the ground. Sometimes you'll see, like, I'll wait for them to get behind Buffy to be able to turn her around, and then therefore be able to do this kick and stake like that. Okay, and here's our boss. So the power of Coca-Cola comes very in handy when it comes to these bosses. So hopefully this works. Yeah, instantaneous down and you're done. And that's what we do. And so the second part to bringing the time down to where it currently is now is using those Coca-Cola cans in the appropriate sections, which is mainly just boss killing, or, I'll grab this can, do that, knock him down, and just keep going. It's basically the gist of the run, so. Other than that, I don't have too much to say. However, the sewer level, this one right here, does introduce a mechanic called jumping, and jumping in this game is not fun. So here, okay. So you need to hold down to get any sort of momentum to move up, and then it's very awkward how I have to do this. To make sure that it's fluid. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Trying to remember when like new vampires come in. Those vampires are just kind of the sewer vampires, or like the homeless vampires. I don't really know. They've got tattered clothes and canes, so it was the closest thing I could think of when I was originally running this game. Sometimes you'll see like Buffy doesn't want to stake them. I don't know why she doesn't want to do her job, but you need to be in like a very nice position for Buffy to be like, yes, now I'll stake. Sometimes they'll get staked in the head, sometimes they'll get staked in the leg, sometimes they'll actually get staked in the heart, what the proper way to be dealt with. I'm just gonna keep making my way through the sewer. If you got anything, go for it.
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna be asking this a lot today. Why did you want to run this?
It's the same answer I had for why I run GBA. I'm a big fan of the series, and I found out that there were games, and I said I would speed run all of those. So that I could eventually do like a little showcase of all the runs. I'm currently 3 out of 5 down, and this one was probably the easiest one to pick up because it's just straightforward movements, trying to get your timing down appropriately. Come here, like that. Sorry, I lost the thought.
All good.
Yeah. So I believe I ended up starting out with Chaos Bleeds because that was just the first one I had on hand, and then I looked at speedrun.com and saw that there were 2 other games, and so I was like, okay, well, let me learn GBC because this one looks pretty simple. Let's figure out this game. Let's see how I can improvement, and because of the little things that I've learned, which is like, flipping them, making sure that they're on a specific end of the screen so that you can move faster, has definitely helped bring the time down. And it's like weird little things that have allowed it to, basically save 4 minutes of time. We're now in the zoo, which is actually a very classic setting for Buffy games. It shows up in at least 2 or 3 of the games. And so we're going to make our way through here. We're going to deal with the hyenas. I think they're more so tribesmen, but there's an episode that takes place at the zoo in the first season that involves like Xander taking on the persona of a hyena due to magics. And so I just kind of associate these guys with that episode. And at the end of this one, we're going to have another instance where we have a boss that we're dealing with, so we want to make sure to grab cola. We all know that, familiar red can, so yeah. Truly do be through the power of Coke that we will prevail and save the world. And these guys all drop in the same fashion, so like learning patterns and like who to deal with, when to deal with them, it's pretty quick to pick up after a little bit. Next is the hyena house. Sometimes they don't want to go down. Like, the most optimal way of flipping them, other than just kind of like tossing them to the other end of the screen, is I don't know if I've done it a few times, but like you flip them and you're able to get them to land right in front of you. Also, whenever they down you, what I'm doing to get back up again is I am mashing the A and B buttons to get my shield back. So like Buffy technically has oh my gosh, has 2 health bars. The green one is your shield. If that depletes, you get knocked down, and then the red bar gets depleted, and once the red bar is gone, you're dead. Alright, we're on our way to the aquatic house. I believe we have one more enemy to deal with before the boss. And the boss is Sasquatch. It's definitely what it looks like, so. Alright, I've got 3 cans because normally this guy's really finicky about this stuff. Boxes, please. I've also got, are the hyenas truly, awesome? They eat Principal Flutie, not Principal Snyder. Like, Snyder's the worst. But he gets eaten by a snake. I've got a lot of useless facts about the show, too. I've seen it way too many times. I think it's like a every other year situation for me. Okay, so now we're in the mansion. And in the mansion, we get to deal with the magicians and more jumping. The magicians are not a good time. Because they've got these canes that they want to slap you around with. Oh, I also didn't mention it, but the further you get into the game, the faster the enemy's health regenerates. So it means if I can kick them and they fall flat on their back, I have a very, very limited amount of time to be able to stake them. So I'm trying to get that flip trick off on them instead of having to like rapidly spam and pray. Oh, jeez, they're really not having it today. Like sometimes it's just kind of, what is? Please note that like if I die in a level, there are passwords to get me back to where I need to go. I did not think to pull that up, so I will do that. Just in case. The game has not been friendly to me today. I did like a D-rest earlier this week, and I was like 2 minutes behind PB, and the enemies have not been wanting to be dealt with appropriately the last few practice runs. Let's go. Thankfully, this is the last time like we have to deal with just magicians, because when we get into level 5, we start seeing a mix of all of the enemies that we've seen throughout the levels. So I'm going to see if he's going to jump over instead of trying to deal with his shenanigans. There we go. Okay, I want him to face me, kick him down, move this way. Okay. Hopefully, I get a heart soon because the health is kind of worrying. Slide this way. You'll eventually, like, if anyone was to pick this game up, the obviously like the levels also don't really change much either. But it does allow you to know when if you like fall down like I did there near those stairs, like that you can just kind of go all the way to the other side of the screen instead of having to drop down and then go to the other side of the screen. Come on. In space. Which saves it like a second or so. Alright. And then you have times where they just decide they're going to consistently knock you down for no reason. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Here, so this way. What? I'm going to take Coca-Cola. I feel like being extra. Honestly, the best part of this game is the MIDI music. While I was waiting in the green room, I just kind of had the menu playing, so I have that stuck in my head right now.
Speaking about Buffy music, how do you feel about hit band Chibo Mato?
I wouldn't know unless you told me the song name.
I think in one of the seasons they have a prom night and they dance to the song Sugar Water.
Oh. I don't dislike them. That's how I feel about them.
Good.
Speaking of music on that show, a lot of the bands that showed up for the bronze scenes, which is the club that they tend to go to, just tended to be indie bands off the street. Hey, you wanna do a gig for cheap? Here, come be our band for the night for a couple scenes. So I think there's Sarah McLachlan shows up a time or two, but it's really very indie bands that show up in that show a lot. Or they, for a few seasons, they had Seth Green and a band that had him in it, and so they existed for a bit doing music. Probably the most iconic thing about Buffy is probably the theme song, other than, Sarah Michelle Gellar and the cast. Okay, so Sasquatch is not going to play friendly right now.
What was he doing? Was he just crouching repeatedly?
So what you'll see is if Buffy's crouching, they're gonna do a bunch of moves to try and cause damage to her. So what he was doing is he was he was trying to kick and punch Buffy, and it wasn't working. So if you see them kind of dancing is how I see it. It's because they're trying to fisticuff. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I've got my groove back for this. It's gonna all vanish though in the last few levels because of, if you pay attention, when I down one of the enemies, their health is coming back real quick. If only I had really good quips when I was throwing items at them. Oh yeah, there's also in level 2 there was that blue ninja. I call them Power Rangers because man, he is not wanting to stay down. Thank you. You'll see that there's a blue one, a red one, and a green one, and I just call them Power Rangers because they have a color scheme.
Hold on, is Sasquatch meant to be a vampire?
Yeah, everything's a vampire. Everything dies by the stake. If you live by the if you live in the night, you die by the stake, is basically what's happening.
It's I was thinking Bigfoot. I thought it was a wilderness kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah. Buffy's stake is all powerful. You see this guy down by a stake. I think they're all supposed to be vampires of some sort. It's just, it's hard to tell exactly what it is, right?
Well, more importantly, I suppose in most cases, anything would die getting stabbed in the heart.
It's true. That is true. Very hard blunt force trauma. Well, actually, funny that you say that now that I'm thinking about it. There is an episode where a human being does get stabbed in the chest with a stake and dies. By a slayer.
I mean, he got stabbed.
Well, and then the Slayers also have like super strength, like they're super powered ladies. So like it's not just like the normal thrusting power, it's like super power thrusting power going through your chest. So yeah, most definitely you're gonna get immediately healed. We will get introduced to a new enemy that I call a Valkyrie. She's not really a Valkyrie, but she's kind of got like a Viking aesthetic. We're gonna use some Coca-Cola against her. All right. So we've got 2 more levels left. We were at the initiative. I didn't think to mention that. So the next place that we're going to go is we are going to go into the deep depths of a cave, and this level gets a little bit wacky. So we will be introduced to, I want to say, 1 new enemy, and I've just dubbed her Cleopatra. This would be her. Cleopatra is the bane of my existence in this run, because she does not like cooperating. Yeah, this is based in season 4. I believe almost all the games, for some weird reason, are based in season 4, except for Chaos Bleeds. Chaos Bleeds is based on an alternate ending to season 5. And a book. So I was having difficulty with this. Like earlier today I was doing a run and my health was at like non-existent and I somehow saved it. This because the air quotes boss fight for this level is a Cleopatra and 3 Power Rangers, 1 of each color. Ma'am, please. And sometimes, if you've got an item too close to you, Buffy will pick it up instead of staking, which is frustrating. I do love their awful sounding screams that they have. Those are always fun to hear. Just randomly, you'll hear an enemy like cry out in death. Because it's like the 8-bit sound, it's just this very awful Wilhelm scream that's very scratchy. Okay, alright. Magicians with their canes, not a good time. We're gonna have to do this the old way. So the old way of dealing with these guys like all the time was to knock them down and stake them, but you see that little sliver of health that they have? Well, they get it back almost instantly, so you kind of get into like this loop of having to knock them down and rapidly press A to like try and stake them. Sorry. There we go. Probably messed up my ability. Like I said earlier, like Buffy's really particular about sometimes particular about where she wants to, stake the enemies, and then other times she's like, I don't really know. Okay, there we go. Poor guy. That just in case. There we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Drop all the way down here. I think we've got 2 more screens before the final area. I can never remember. The level 7 always is a blur to me. normally, like, if you walk up to them, like you're, I don't know, what is it, like the JoJo pose or whatever, like just menacingly approach, and you get close enough to like grab. It's kind of, I don't want to call it pixel perfect, but it feels like it's a pixel perfect thing to be able to grab and throw. Because sometimes I'll get it, sometimes I won't. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, it's gonna be perfect and smooth for the rest of this run, right? That's how that works. Gosh. Yeah, this is the last screen before like the bosses happen. Air quotes bosses. Oh my gosh. Nope, that was a lie, chat. Sorry. Okay, here it is. Here's the last one. We got Cleopatra. She's not wanting to go down. Come here. All right. She's down. All right. Blue Power Ranger. Let's go. Oh, he dodged it. I got jebaited, and I'm not okay with that. Down. Okay. So because of the way that like the Power Rangers movement is, they're very erratic, so it's not always like a perfect grab and go situation. Okay, we are on the last level. I'm going to be dealing with 4 enemies and then the devil. So talking to Dr. Fooley. We're ignoring him and whatever he has to say. We need to pick up this Coca-Cola can. This Coca-Cola can is vital to this last bit of the run, because it is the difference between life and death for this run, for the run. And I'll explain why. It'll probably happen because it's like a 9 times out of 10 thing where I actually get the shot off.
Question, is the devil a vampire?
Yes. Probably. I'm not too sure. Most of my naming conventions for this were just like, this is what this looks like. Like, these guys are just shamans, or cult. They're cultists. Sorry, not shamans. I call them cultists.
Groovy dudes.
Alright, so we're gonna come over here.
Yeah, that is straight up the devil. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, so I didn't get the power up off. So we're gonna have to do this the fun way, where we kick and spam. So a little too close. Kick and spam. And time.
You did what? You just straight up won.
Yep. Yeah. It's so. So what I would have wanted to happen for that run, for that ending, is I wanted to be able to get the Coke can to kick the devil. We gotta go to the best part of this run, by the way. It's the congratulations, you saved the world screen. I love it. It's so good. But sorry, going back to that end boss, what would have needed to happen is would have hit him with the Coke can, he would have gotten knocked down, and it would have given me enough time to roll over and immediately stake him. But because it didn't go off appropriately, like I something to do with like the pixels or the frames or in the devil's hitbox, I need to, because his health regenerates so fast, I have to crouch and spam A and B at the same time, because B is going to low kick him and then the A is going to be your stake. So to be able to deal with that fast regen time, you just rapidly spam and pray, compared to the other way, which is a little bit nicer, which is hit with hit with the power of Coke, steak, and you're done. But yeah, so that was Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the Game Boy Color. I hope everyone enjoyed. It's probably, like I said, the easiest run to learn out of all of the Buffy games. Shout out to the Buffy community again. We are small but mighty. You can find the Discord. If you aren't able to find the Discord appropriately through speedrun.com, always feel free to message me. I've got the link on hand. And we're super helpful, be it whatever Buffy game you want to speedrun. And thanks, Ek, for inviting me on to showcase this run. I love this run. It's so silly, but it's also super cozy.
It was fun. I like that you staked the devil and he was a vampire. All right, couple things. One, okay, this is just a question I read in chat. It's a good question. Why was there a save code after the last level?
Because so the save code after the last level just brings you to the congratulations cutscene. I don't know why they decided to do that.
Congratulations! Oh, you beat the game.
Yeah. Hold up. Do we have time?
Sure, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
All right, awesome. Let me look up the code real quick.
Hey, you were underestimated. You're good. While you do that as well, if anyone wanted to find you on Twitch, where can they find you?
Anyone can find me on Twitch at Texan_Red_Wolf. You can also find me on X or Twitter. I don't know what it's called nowadays. You can also find me on there with the exact same name, and YouTube as well. I'm back from my mini hiatus due to IRL stuff, so I'll be streaming more often, normally, in the evenings. So, okay, all right, I've got it. All right, so I found the code. All right, let's go. So it's G. H. 9. H9M. R. Okay. Yeah, so the code at the end is just to give you the rundown. And there you go. That's what the password at the end of the final level is for, is just so that you can see that sweet ending screen again.
Why?
Game Boy Color games, man. That's all I'm saying.